Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Okay, in this video we are going to further optimize our WordPress website, and if you are following the playlist, you must be knowing that we are deep into optimizing our WordPress website. So let's see the things which we have covered already. It will just be a quick introduction, and we have already talked about these 5 compulsory topics. If you have a WordPress website, these 5 topics should be adhered to. You should follow all the videos on these 5 topics where I talked about image compression, hosting, SSL certificate, and CDN, how to install a CDN for your website and a separate image CDN for your website. Then I gave options to you all. Either you can choose to optimize your WordPress website using free plugins, or you can go with a premium plugin. So in this video we have already covered the free plugin sections, where I have made around 7-8 videos and installed 7-8 plugins for optimizing various parts of your websites. So in this video we are going to focus on using a premium plugin. So this is the final time I'm telling you that these 5 things are compulsory for any website, and then you have the option of going with the free plugin section or the premium plugin. And all the links of these videos would be in the playlist which is given in the description. So in this video we are going to use a premium plugin which is called WP Rocket, and for me, according to me, this is the best premium plugin for your WordPress website if you have anything to do with speed optimization or WordPress optimization. If you talk about the pricing, this is around $49 for a year, where you get support and update for a year, and that is around 3500 rupees Indian value per year, and 99 for 3 websites and 249 for unlimited websites. You can check up the plans by going WP Rocket, and also I'll put a link of this website in the description as well. So let's quickly jump into how you need to install. So what we will do is go to plugins, click add new. When you have made an account and you have made the purchase, they'll provide you with certain files. There would be a zip file, usually by the name of the plugin WP Rocket, and that file you need to upload here. So go to plugins, add new, and upload, and then choose the file and select that particular zip file WP Rocket, and then click install now. After that you'll have some option like this WP Rocket, or also you could go to your installed plugins section and move down to WP Rocket, and there you'll find settings too. So either way, go to settings and then we'll look at the settings. Firstly, from the dashboard you'll need to give the API key and all that. You have to put the license key and everything, and after that, when you have done, then what things are left is the settings. The major part is the settings. If you do the settings properly, your websites won't break, but if you do anything wrong, obviously it is going to mess up with your website. Many people are commenting that some of your videos or some of the links you provided or speed optimization technique is not working for my websites. I told you so many times about how you to disable some of the features, otherwise it will have conflict with other plugins and may cause your website to break. Since you are not following the videos properly and you're not watching the full video, this may happen that your website may break. So what I recommend is watch the complete video and follow the settings as I have shown in the videos. Also, I'm not coding these plugins that you are blaming me. These are plugins with 4.5 plus rated and has more than 1 million plus installations, and everyone is liking it. So these are the plugins which are there already on WordPress, and I'm just telling you the basic settings or the requirements or the optimal settings you need to do to configure your website properly. So if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would request you to do so now, and also like and comment any of your doubts in the comment section below. So that's it. Okay, let's go to the settings, and the first settings we are going to concentrate on is the cache. So let's enable caching for mobile devices and enable separate cache files for mobile devices. We need these two enabled. User cache, I would leave it disabled and would recommend the same for you, because since any logged in user such as myself as an admin, I don't want to see the cached files, because I am making frequent changes to my website and I don't want to see the same unchanged website every time, and every time I'll have to do an extra effort by flushing everything, and that will be tiresome for me. So I'll just leave it disabled for logged in user. And this is the cache lifespan. 10 hours is the default. If your website is a static one, static by mean of static I mean to say that you are not making frequent changes to your website, then you can increase this further, make it 12 hours or a day or 24 hours or 48 hours, depending how frequent you are making choice changes to your website. If your website on the other hand is a dynamic one, means you are making frequent changes per day, then you can very well decrease this to 5 hours or maybe below as well. After this, click on save changes. Now, the most important thing you need to know about the settings of WP Rocket is whenever you do save changes, whenever I tell you to do save changes, then there is a certain pattern which you need to follow. What is that? Is go to this WP Rocket and after saving the changes, click on clear cache. When you clear the cache, you flush out all the cache, then I want you to visit your website preferably in an incognito window and check if your website is working properly or not. If your website is breaking, then the latest changes you made in your WP Rocket settings, you need to reverse it or disable them. Fine. I hope I'm very clear on this, because this plugin is a very powerful plugin and it makes a lot of changes to your website. So it may happen that it may disrupt your website in a one way or the other. So it is very important to check your website after every settings. Next up, let's see the other tab. File optimization tab is the next one, but since this is the most important changes we need to do, so I'm going to skip it for now and we'll come back at the end of this video, at the end of after doing all the settings. So let's go to another tab called media tab, and here we need to enable lazy load settings. Let's enable for images, iframes, and I will not recommend you to replace YouTube iframe with preview message. So these are the two settings which we need to enable here. Image dimension, leave it as it is, and embeds may you enable disable WordPress embeds. This will definitely increase your WordPress speed, because it will decrease HTTP request from your browser to the server, and this is very essential. So I want you to disable WordPress embed. Leaving everything to default, let's click on save changes. And again, whenever I say click on save changes, we have to follow this pattern. We go to WP Rocket, clear the cache, and check your website thoroughly. Please do not ignore this, or your website may have problem and then you may not be able to figure out what settings are causing the issue. So every time we click on save changes, what you need to do is go to WP Rocket, clear the cache, and check your website thoroughly for any disruption. Okay, let's next move ahead to preload, and yes, we can activate preload, activate sitemap based cache. And sitemap, if you are aware, you can generate by installing a simple Yoast SEO plugin. Just install a Yoast SEO plugin. I don't think I have installed it. Okay, you just install a simple Yoast SEO plugin. It's a free plugin, and then from there you will be able to generate your sitemap.xml file. Just give the URL here and you are good to go. Enable link preloading, yes, required, and then click on save changes. I don't think this would be any issue for your website. So let's check out some other settings which are there in WP Rocket. Fine, let's move on to advanced rules. There are no settings which we need to do in advanced rule. Leave everything to default and that should be perfect. Move on to database. Okay, in database section, what I want you to do is enable revisions, click auto drafts, trash post, spam comments, and trust comments. Hold on to these things, and in transient cleanup, don't enable expired transient or all transient. Leave them disabled, as I say so because they may mess up with your database table and you may completely lose your website if your database is disrupted. So leave them disabled. Database cleanup optimize tables, yes. You can also click on this if you want to schedule automatic cleanup of your database, and you can choose the frequency from daily, weekly or monthly. I'm just this is basic setting. It may be your requirement. If you want to do that, you may, or if you don't, you can leave it disabled. Then click save changes and optimize. This would delete all revision, post and auto draft and spam comments, and this will save up a lot of spaces and will increase the speed of your website. Okay, next up is CDN. If you have purchased any premium CDN, like they are doing upsell here for Rocket CDN, you can check their plans if you are interested. If you have purchased from a Max CDN, then you can say add it here. I have not purchased anything from here, so I'll leave it to default. Fine. And next up is Heartbeat. Leave it to default. You don't need to do any settings from here. Add-ons is, go to add-ons, and if you have followed my procedure, then you must have installed Cloudflare CDN. So go down and enable this add-on status of Cloudflare. When you enable this Cloudflare in add-on section, you'll see a Cloudflare here. Let's go there, and here you need to connect your website to your Cloudflare account. So go to your Cloudflare account, go to my profile section, and then there you will see the global API key. You can click on this link and it will redirect you to global. It's very easy, so I'm not going into the details of connecting Cloudflare with your website. So just click here, and or you can log into your account, and these three things would be there in your account. Just copy and paste them here and just click on save changes. Nothing else you need to do here. Image optimization section, that is nothing. They are just doing upsell for Imagify, I think the same company. So because we have already installed resmush.it plugin for image optimization, I don't think this would be a requirement for you, and that works very well for all your websites, for all my websites. Tools section is telling you to export settings or import settings or do some rollback, and tutorials is nothing. So now let's get back to the most important section of WP Rocket settings, and that is file optimization. We'll be very careful with these settings, and do follow the video till the end, because this is very important and it may make or break your website. So first all let's minify CSS files and activate minify CSS. They'll give you a warning, but just ignore it and click activate. Okay, after that I want you to go down and click on save changes. Just by clicking enabling minify CSS, I click on save changes and follow the same procedure. Go to WP Rocket, clear the cache, and visit your website, preferably in incognito window, and check your website thoroughly. Either any font or any images is looking distorted, because minifying CSS may have some effects on your website. So if nothing changes, all looks fine, then leave it enabled. If you think your website is breaking, then what you need to do is disable this feature. Okay, next setting is combine CSS files. Okay, since most of the websites are now SSL certified, means they have HTTPS protocol enabled on their website, this padding lock should be there on your website, then do not enable this feature. If you are still using the older HTTP protocol, then you need to enable it. But however, Google doesn't recommend it. Most of the browser does not allow HTTP website, so you must have installed HTTPS or an SSL certificate on your website, or if you have not, you can definitely check my video from the playlist as well. So leave it disabled and then click on optimize CSS. Yes, optimizing CSS is deferring eliminates render blocking, and this is one of the most important settings Google Page Speed Insights recommends you to do. After that, again, since we have enabled optimize CSS delivery, what we need to do is click save changes, clear cache from the WP Rocket section, and visit your website thoroughly. And since I have already checked, these settings are working perfectly fine for most of my websites, that's why I'm not going and visiting, rather I'm just telling you to visit the website and check the website thoroughly. After that, let's come down to JavaScript files, and again click on enable minify JavaScript files. Yes, they'll give you a warning, but we need to activate it. And Same with the combined JavaScript files. If you are still on HTTP, you have not installed SSL, then you need to enable. If you have installed SSL, you don't need to enable this feature, just leave it disabled. Again, load JavaScript deferred. Yes, I want to load JavaScript deferred and delay JavaScript execution. Leave this to default and click on save changes. Now again, follow the process. Go to WP Rocket, clear cache, and check the website again for major changes. If JavaScript is, check for sliders if they are working properly or not. So check JavaScript if it is working properly or not. If not, then you need to disable this load JavaScript deferred first of all, and this should solve your problem. If it doesn't, you may try disabling minify JavaScript files as well. However, for most properly coded theme, it should work. So these are the basic settings. These are the basic settings of WP Rocket. I think this completes all the sections, and this is the most important section. So be very careful while installing and configuring WP Rocket. Now, I would like to add here that most of these settings would work for better themes and properly coded websites and hostings. However, most if you are going for WordPress hostings, then they have enabled majority of their optimization process inbuilt, that comes inbuilt with your WordPress hosting. So these settings may not work. So that's why I have given you recommendations how to disable one or two settings and check if your website is working properly or not. I think this sums up everything we need to know about WP Rocket and its configuration. I hope you liked the video. Please do subscribe and press the bell notification, because more videos would be coming for better WordPress understanding. Thank you so much for watching.